People frequently express interest in and argue about breasts, but beyond their appearance, what else is known about them? From a scientific point of view, breasts' main job is to make milk for lactation, which is an important process for the survival of mammalian babies. However, breasts are also an important part of human sexuality. Scientists and experts have been interested in this link for decades. In many societies, breasts are seen as very sexually attractive. According to research, this desire may have its roots in the study of evolution. Being able to see your breasts, especially if they are swollen from fat deposits, can be a sign of fertility and excellent reproductive health. Also, breasts have a lot of nerve endings that make them sensitive and help with closeness and sexual arousal. Biology, culture, and psychology all play a role in how breasts are sexualized in many countries. This focus has been strengthened by media and pop culture, which often highlight breasts as signs of gender and sexual attractiveness. Let's talk about this subject more in depth. In humans and other animals, the breasts are two prominent bumps on the upper ventral part of the torso. Breasts are made from the same embryonic tissues in both men and women. Sex differences are mostly in breast size and growth. The mammary gland in women is located in the breast, which makes milk to feed babies. A network of tubes that come together at the nipple are covered and enveloped by subcutaneous fat. This is what gives the breast its unique size and globular shape. During pregnancy, hormones like estrogens, progesterone, and prolactin affect the breast in a complex way. These hormones help the breast finish developing, specifically lobuloalveolar maturation, so it is ready for nursing and lactation. Humans are the only animals whose female breasts stay fully developed. Estrogens and growth hormones cause female humans to forever grow breasts during puberty. Breasts are a big part of how people see a woman's body and sexual attractiveness, and they've been a part of sculpture, art, and photos for a long time. The English word breast comes from the Old English word brost, which comes from the Proto-Germanic word brystam, which also means breast. When talking about men, male breasts can refer to the whole upper chest area. When talking about women, female breasts always refers to more than one breast, unless it's a unique left or right breast. We humans are the only animals whose breasts stay bigger after puberty. No one knows why this happened over time. Several ideas have been put forward, such as the idea that the production of the natural steroid hormone precursor dihydroepiandrosterone happened in fat-rich areas like the buttocks and breasts, which helped the brain grow and develop. Other ideas say that bigger breasts are a true reflection of a woman's health and her ability to grow and carry them throughout her life. This lets potential partners judge her genes to see if she can maintain her health. Desmond Morris, a zoologist, thinks that breasts evolved to replace swollen buttocks as a sex warning of ovulation. He also thinks that early humans learned to walk on two legs and have coitus face-to-face. He thinks that more powerful sexual signs helped a male and female stay together even when they had different jobs and were apart for long periods of time. A study from 2001 suggested that the round shape of a woman's breasts evolved to keep babies from choking while sucking at the teat. Ashley Montague suggested in 1965 that breasts evolved as a way to feed babies as early humans learned to walk on two legs and lost their hair. Possible explanations include the idea that permanent breasts drew mates, pendulous females gave babies something to hold on to, or permanent breasts stored fat like a camel's hump does. These are the mammary glands that women have. The breasts cover most of the chest and the walls of the chest. They're made up of two different types of tissue, adipose tissue and glandular tissue, which change how breastfeeding works. The breast is tear-shaped, and there is 0.5 to 2.5 centimeters of subcutaneous fat between the top layer of muscle and the skin. The grown female breast has 14 to 18 irregular lactiferous lobes that come together at the nipple. The areola is a colored piece of skin around the nipple, which is how milk leaves the breast. Women's breasts are very different sizes and weights. Small to medium-sized breasts weigh 500 grams, 1.1 pounds, or less, while big breasts can weigh 750 to 1,000 grams, 1.7 to 2.2 pounds, or more. Breasts are mostly stromal tissue, which is fat and connective tissue. Only 10 to 20% of the breast's volume is made up of epithelial or glandular tissue. The density or firmness of the breast is based on the amount of fat in the connective tissue. The milk that babies eat comes from an apocrine gland in the breast. The areola, nipple areola complex, comes around the nipple of the breast. It has many oil glands and can be pink to dark brown. There are basic parts of the breast called terminal duct lobular units, TDLUs. These units produce fatty breast milk, enabling the breast to function as a mammary gland for feeding babies. Connective tissues, collagen and elastin, white fat, and the suspensory Cooper's tendons are also found in the breast. It is important to know how the breasts drain lymph because the mammary gland is often affected by breast cancer, and cancer cells can spread from a mass to other parts of the body through the lymphatic system. The breast's shape, texture, and support are influenced by differences in their size, shape, volume, tissue density, location, and space in the chest. Breast size and other factors don't show how much fat there is in a woman's milk glands or whether she will be able to nurse her baby. If you smoke cigarettes, have had a lot of births, or have lost or gained weight, your breasts will sag. Breast development is a complicated process that involves the breast's growth and development. The breasts are made up of fat, glandular tissue, and connective tissue. These tissues have hormone receptors that change their sizes and volumes in response to changes in hormones during different stages, such as thelarchy, breasts start to sprout, menstruation, egg production, pregnancy, reproduction, breastfeeding, feeding babies, and menopause, the end of periods. There is no difference between boys' and girls' breasts in terms of their shape or structure until puberty. Female sex hormones, especially estrogens, help the breasts sprout, grow, and develop. This causes the mammary glands to get bigger and fuller. Girls and women can overdevelop or underdevelop because of health problems. About 2 years after puberty, estrogen and growth hormone help the glandular fat and suspensory tissues that make up the breasts grow and form. This happens every day for about 4 years until the breasts reach their final shape around age 21. In girls, mammoplasia, breast enlargement, starts at puberty, but in all other animals, breasts only get bigger when they nurse. When a woman gets pregnant for the first time, her breasts are fully grown. Some of the first signs of pregnancy are changes to the breasts, such as bigger breasts, a nipple areola complex, Montgomery's glands getting bigger, and veins becoming more noticeable. When a woman goes through menopause, her breasts shrink because her estrogen levels drop, her fat cells and milk glands dry out, and her weight changes. Breasts, or mammary glands, are mostly used for breastfeeding, which gives babies important nutrients for the first 6 months, and continues to be an important source of nutrition until they are at least 1 or 2 years old. Breast disease is a complicated illness that can lead to both good and bad conditions. Mastalgia, fibrocystic breast changes, and puerperal mastitis are some of the most common benign diseases. Galactorrhea is lactation that isn't tied to pregnancy. It can be caused by some drugs, a lot of physical stress, or problems with the hormones in the body. Most women who die from cancer do so from breast cancer, which is also one of the main reasons women die. Regular breast exams, mammograms, self-examination of the breasts, a healthy diet, exercise, and nursing are all things that can lower the risk of getting breast cancer. Male and female breasts are made from the same embryonic cells, but male breasts don't usually have lobules and acini. Gynecomastia is an abnormal growth of the breasts that happens when a man's estrogen and testosterone levels are out of whack. About 70% of boys get breast tissue for a short time during adolescence. This normally goes away on its own within 2 years. Plastic surgery can be used to change the size of the breasts or rebuild them after a disease like breast cancer has made them misshapen. Most of the time, breast augmentation surgery doesn't affect a woman's ability to breastfeed in the future. On the other hand, breast reduction surgery often causes women who choose to breastfeed to have less feeling in the nipple areola complex and a low milk production. Mammography, breast x-rays pictures can be messed up by implants. A woman's breasts are often seen as an important part of her sexual appeal and femininity. Women with smaller breasts are often thought to be less beautiful. Some clothes, like bras, can change the shape of your breasts. In most Western countries, women cover their breasts when they're out in public, but the amount of coverage depends on the situation. In Islam, for example, free women are not allowed to show their breasts in public because the religion gives the female breast special standing. Laws and social norms about breastfeeding in public are very different around the world. but about 63% of mothers have done it. But some moms might be afraid to show their breasts because of complaints, mean comments, or harassment. In some countries, breasts are important for sexual activity. The nipples are sensitive to touch, so people often press or massage them before or during sexual activity. Some people think that bare breasts are attractive or sexy, and in some countries, women with drooping breasts are seen as mothers and wise beyond their years. Women's breasts are often the first thing men notice about a woman, and they look at them for longer than any other part of the body. Some women say that nipple stimulation gives them an orgasm. These may be vaginal orgasms and may be directly connected to the genital part of the brain.